also told me about the concept of a climate and that culture and climate, sometimes people do use that interchangeably. So what is the difference between that and how would you define each of those?
So, culture, you can see it as things that happens over time. Climate is more of the mood or atmosphere. That can change really quickly. And when you measure things, when you do engagement survey and things like that, the thing that you're really influencing at the beginning is climate. But if you consistently make effort, and you consistently measure it, you consistently, revamp your goals, missions, and things like that, and see what works, see what doesn't, then that can influence your culture over time. So that climate will become ingrained in your culture. And people will say, okay, that's how things happen here because I saw it so many times, that's the way we do it. So eventually it's part of the normal life of how things happen here in this organization. So it's more fluid, it's more changeable. So that's why it's good and bad in a way, because if you say your culture is not that great in not that positive or toxic in certain ways, then yes, it's going to take some time to improve, but you can see results pretty quick, if you intervene quickly and you start doing it. And if you keep doing it over time, then that's going to be embedded into your culture. Of course, you can have bad days, where mistake happens or you have bad news that can happen, the company didn't meet goals. That's going to impact the climate. But you really want to ensure that you move quick from those events so that it doesn't impact your culture in the long run, if that makes sense.
Right. So you're saying that climate is more like the short term things that are happening, and then if it keeps repeating itself, then eventually long term it becomes the
It
culture
could,
of
yeah,
it.